everyone, welcome to Learning Literature with Purva. In today's video, we will be talking about the Restoration Age, which is a very important age in the history of English literature. At first, we will take a look at the historical and political background of the age, and then we will take a look at the literary features and the major writers of the Restoration Age. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then do subscribe to it and hit the bell icon so that you'll never miss an update. The timeline of the Restoration Age is 1660 AD to 1700 AD. So as you all know, before the Restoration Age, there was the Commonwealth period under the reign of Oliver Cromwell. During that time, monarchy was completely abolished. During the Restoration Age, Charles II was restored to the throne and monarchy was re-established in England. So what happened in 1649? Oliver Cromwell beheaded Charles I and therefore monarchy ended. Charles II tried to fight with Oliver Cromwell, but Oliver Cromwell's army defeated him and Charles II had to go on exile in France. So Oliver Cromwell was the leader during the Commonwealth period. There was a group of people called the Royalists who have always supported the king and monarchy. So they were always waiting for the perfect opportunity when monarchy can be re-established in England. So after Oliver Cromwell died and his son Richard Cromwell became the Lord Protector of England, the Royalists got the perfect opportunity because Richard did not have the skills of Oliver Cromwell. So during that time, Charles II defeated Richard Cromwell and he became the King of England. Thus monarchy was re-established in England and thus began the Restoration Age. Now the Restoration Age is also called the Age of Dryden, because John Dryden was the most important writer of this age. Now let's take a look at the major historical and political events of the Restoration Age. Number 1. Theatre ban was lifted. As soon as Charles II was restored to the throne, he lifted the theatre ban in 1660. As we all know, in the Civil War and Commonwealth period, theatres were banned. Second, establishment of Royal Society. So there was the establishment of a Royal Society in the Restoration Age to promote rational inquiry, research and development of science. Reasoning and logic, these were given a lot of importance. Third, the Great Fire of London. In 1666, almost 300 houses were burned down in the Great Fire of London. Fourth, political parties. Two main political parties emerged during the Restoration Age. Number 1, Whigs. This political party wanted to curb the power of monarchy. They were interested in the benefit and well-being of the common man. Number 2, Tory. They believed in the divine rights of the king and completely supported monarchy. Religious conflict. So Charles II was an Anglican. During the Restoration Age, Puritan ideals were completely rejected. In 1685, James II, the brother of Charles II, became the new king of England. Now James II was a Papist, which means a Roman Catholic. James II started revealing his Roman Catholic prejudices and therefore in 3 years the entire nation went against him. In 1688, there was a bloodless or glorious revolution. Protestant William and Mary of Orange took the throne from James II. In 1689, William III became the new ruler of England. French influence. As Charles II had spent most of his years of exile in France, he developed a rich taste in French literature. Therefore, during the Restoration Age, Shakespeare became completely non-popular. Instead, the Restoration Age writers started imitating French writers and playwrights to please King Charles II. Now we will take a look at the literary features of the Restoration Age. Number 1. The New Classicism. As the writers of the Restoration Age lacked the genius of the Elizabethan Age writers, they turned to the ancient classical writers, especially the Latin writers, for inspiration and guidance. This habit further deepened during the Augustan or Neoclassical age. Number 2. French influence in drama. As we have already said, Charles II's rich taste in French literature had a great impact on the Restoration drama, especially comedy. In comedy, the great Molière's influence was tremendous. Comedy of manners originated in France and also became popular during the Restoration Age. Its objective was to show the manners of aristocratic people. Commedia dell'arte originated in Italy and also became popular during the Restoration Age. Restoration Age drama was criticized for permissiveness and indecency because everything was permitted. In tragedy, French and classical models were combined to form a new kind of play called the heroic play. One such example of heroic play is John Dryden's Tyrannic Love. Prose. Matthew Arnold said that the Restoration Age marks the beginning of modern English prose. Prose became popular because it was the age of intellectualism and rationalism. Poetry. Restoration Age is a period of transition. The most popular poetry forms of this age are lyric, narrative poetry, odes, and satires. Various circumstances made this age perfect for satirical writing. John Dryden's Absalom and Achitophel is a great example of political satire, whereas John Dryden's Mac Flecknoe is a great example of personal satire. So now that we have looked at the historical events and the literary features of the Restoration Age, it is time to take a look at the major writers of the Restoration Age. Number 1. John Dryden. As the Restoration Age is also called the Age of Dryden, it can be understood that John Dryden is the most important writer of this age. Now, Dryden has written poetry, plays, and prose. So the most notable poems of John Dryden are Absalom and Achitophel, The Medal, Mac Flecknoe, The Hind and the Panther, Religio Laici, Song for Saint Cecilia's Day, and Alexander's Feast. The most notable plays of John Dryden are All for Love, Tyrannic Love, The Indian Emperor, Conquest of Grenada, and Aurangzeb. And the most notable prose work of John Dryden is the Essay of Dramatic Poesy. Comedy writers. Popular Restoration Age comedy writers are William Congreve, William Wycherley, George Etheredge, George Farquhar, Sir John Vanbrugh, and Thomas Shadwell. Tragedy writers. Apart from John Dryden, other notable Restoration Age tragedy writers are Nathaniel Lee and Thomas Otway. Poem writers. Apart from John Dryden, the most notable and the only notable poetry writer of the Restoration Age is Samuel Butler, known for his work Hudibras. Prose writers. Notable prose writers of the Restoration Age are John Bunyan, known for his work The Pilgrim's Progress, William Temple, and Lord Halifax. Diary writers. There were two important diary writers who were writing during the Restoration Age. Their diary entries are full of information about the events and people of the Restoration Age. Number 1. Samuel Pepys. His diary entries started from January 1, 1660 and continued till May 31, 1669. John Evelyn. He is another diary writer whose diary entries contained moving incidents of the Restoration Age, such as the Great Fire. So that's it about today's video. In the next video of the History of English Literature series, we will discuss the Augustan Age. I hope you found the video helpful. If you found it helpful, then do like it and share with your friends. I will be back next week with a new video. Till then, stay tuned to Learning Literature with Purva. You can also listen to the Learning Literature with Purva podcast on Spotify, where bite-sized episodes are uploaded every Monday and Thursday. Also stay connected on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to be a member of Learning Literature with Purva, then do click on the blue join button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.